Alright, today we are talking about the Amsterdam GAA jerseys. So it's been a while since I've dabbled in any sort of GAA jersey. I think the last thing I did was, I did a lot of the Benelux heavy jerseys. I want to kind of deep dive more into these fantastic jerseys, man. And I'm going to start with the one that's closest to my heart because I'm with this club right now, is Amsterdam. So when I'm, looking at these jerseys, I'm literally just pulling them from wherever I can. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I did a series on my TikTok probably around a year ago now where I reviewed basically every single county jersey ever, but those are really easy to find because it was really famous kind of a thing. There was websites that had literally every single jersey with like a detailed description of when it was used. All these European clubs and all that, this is all going to be guesswork, really guesswork, and I'm just want to look at some nice jerseys, man. I don't know, look, we'll see where this takes us. We could do every single European jersey, kind of do a deep dive into that. Right off the bat, we are taking a look at the goalkeeper jersey, the Dornan white one. There's always just something so amazing about European GAA jerseys. They always do it so incredibly well. Now that could be because European cities may have more landmarks and stuff like that. Like with clubs back at home, you're not really dealing with anything that has any landmarks. Something like, the 3 X's of Amsterdam, that stands out like a sore thumb. Everyone's going to recognize that, you know what I mean? I don't know if it shows it properly. You can see it down here, the 3 X's. I would have wished they maybe made them red. I like this little pattern thing they're going for now. The red stripes going down with the white cutting into it. I'm hoping in the black jersey that the X's are red because that's, of course, what Amsterdam's symbol is. It's nearly spotless, man, because you're dealing, once again, you're looking at the primary colors here. And the thing with Amsterdam, its colors are mostly just black and red. They throw in the white with the X's. You're dealing with like the 3 best colors. They match no matter what, really. And it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And I have a feeling that you're going to be seeing this pattern a lot with every European GAA jersey. They all seem to just go down this pattern. I think it's O'Neill's. They just do that, really. They just say, look, we have this one design and we're going to give it to like all of you, but you can just do what you want. I don't know, I could be chatting shit, but I think that's how it works because I see too many of these jerseys with this striped kind of pattern thing. That Bar Asti, what is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. Bar Asti is a Dutch restaurant. Now I don't know the ins and outs of that. Maybe one of the members works here or something. One thing I'm gonna mention is just this crest. I'm gonna say it's the Amsterdam crest. I don't like it, the yellow. Of course, you're adding in another color. As I've said a million times, you don't add in another color. One thing I will have to say about the Dornan sponsorship on the white jersey, on the outfield jersey, sorry, it does match very, very well with the GAA logo. That's very special, and as we've seen before, sponsorships can destroy a jersey's life. It can just get in the way of what the jersey is trying to show. And as I've said before, you can't really give out about sponsorships. That's just not good. That's not how we roll here. Sponsorship's big. If you get a big sponsor, you're always going to put it down. You're not going to be like, nah, I'm not picking you because you're going to ruin our jerseys, man. And apologies, by the way, this is the outfield jersey, I should have known. I'm a bit disappointed that the X's aren't red, okay? So I'm doing a lot of nitpicking here, right? You're gonna have to understand that I'm realistically giving this like 9 out of 10 straight away. And now we're nitpicking. Can we maybe bump this up to a 9.2, 9.5, And again, look, I could be really biased here because I obviously support Amsterdam. Right off the bat, see this? We are mixing a bit of black and navy, and that is a big no-no. That is a big no-no with colors. By the way, I'm talking like I'm an expert here. I'm not. I have eyes, right? And I can see if something looks good and if it looks bad. It wasn't a thing 10 years ago, and it shouldn't be a thing now. It just doesn't match. But I will say that the black stripes kind of cutting over the red is a lot nicer. It is a lot nicer. And the little Amsterdam crests on the sleeve do mix a lot better with the black than it does the white because, of course, with the crest you do have the little white bits there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this jersey, man. I'm gonna say it's better than the outfield one. I didn't notice these stripes up here too. That kind of adds to it. Yeah, happy with that. Before we move down like kind of to the old jerseys, I want to look at these Training tops. Look, as I said, we're just nitpicking. We're just trying to find whatever jerseys we can here. Training tops. Listen, this is not good. This is not good. So the main reason I'm making this video is because Amsterdam have recently gotten into the Leinster Junior Hurling Club Championship, which is a huge deal, by the way. It's a huge deal. And for the occasion, they are getting new training tops, and they were amazing. So that's kind of why we're doing this. But look, we're looking at a training top here, and like these ones are just, it's just not what Amsterdam is about, in my opinion anyway. Like, you're adding orange in, like, okay, like it's probably fine on its own, but the orange mixing in with a little bit of red in the crest, too much colors, dull colors kind of mixing together here with the navy, the green of the sponsorship, the white, orange, and then you're mixing the red. It's just not, it's not what we're here for. Okay, now I will give it, the other one, the light blue one, definitely is a bit better. It's definitely a bit better. I haven't seen these kind of in action, could make a big difference too, but the light blue one is much better. Now you may say that the navy kind of blends in with the light blue a little bit. Yeah, it's you barely notice it, you know, that kind of way. The crest fits much better on this jersey. I'm happy with this training one. The orange one was nah, man, that's not good, you know. And I don't like to be critical because obviously I'm with this club, but this is like I promise you, these are the only odd jerseys out here. The rest of them are magic, unbelievable. So now we're gonna kind of look into a more notable jersey, a more kind of famous jersey that ye might recognize. Yeah, this is like a staple of European GAA clubs. I think before I moved here, of knowing GAA clubs, I think it would have been a toss-up between Amsterdam and Paris Gales. But whenever I think of Amsterdam before I move here, I always think of Dan Murphy's jersey. It is probably one of the best designs out there. Now, it's not my favorite though. I'll get to what my favorite is, but this isn't my favorite. But for being iconic wise, I think this is probably the one you know about. I think I may have gone to that pub before. Most European clubs are sponsored by pubs. Yeah, okay, so they were sponsored by Dan Murphy's. That's in Leidsplein. Look at the state of that Guinness. You're joking me, man. It's one thing I didn't notice. I'm looking at this now, and this is making me appreciate the jersey even more, is the little white bit at the top of Dan and the YS of Murphy's. That is such a creative idea. They're really trying to incorporate the black, the red, and the white, and they've done it so well here. It's always the little things that stand out, and I think the little part here with the white on top of the Dan and the YS is it's just such a small difference, but it's really memorable. I love when people do that. Someone took the time to be like, oh, will we like put the white in there too, or else it's just a generic design that they use, but I've never seen it anywhere else. And yeah, that's really nice. And of course the crest matches perfectly with the rest of the jersey. Dan Murphy sponsorship fits well. One thing I want to point out is I think Dan Murphy's may have gave them the go ahead to kind of just change up their design, and just like, I'm looking at Dan Murphy's now, and like, I mean, it's a basic font, you know, with the Irish kind of freaking font. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's basically just a font. So they kind of, I think they may have gave him free range and said, look, you can do whatever you want with it. Like, you know, they've done it up, like, you know, they put the Dan and then the Murphy's going up the side. And most sponsorships don't allow that at all. As I've said before, you know, this little Amsterdam thing here where it says Amsterdam in this Irish font, that's on every jersey. I think I'm pretty positive that every single jersey has, like, oh, you know, whatever, they have the club's name going across the top with this kind of Irish font. When you have a well-known city like Amsterdam on that, it just, yeah, there's something about it, looks unbelievable. I think it's a bit better than the one they have now, but I think the new one's more modern, you know, it's kind of going down that way. Oh, it's now that I'm looking at it, I'm sitting on the fence of, is this the best jersey I've ever seen, or is this kind of like, you know, it's whatever. Oh, this is a really tough one. I'm looking at it now, I'm like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. Because with the more modern jersey, I prefer the black one a bit better, but this one is just fantastic. It's just fantastic. It kind of pops out a bit more with the white, which I like, and the colors and everything. I think the white one's a bit better. I don't really have much to say. I'd love to be able to like buy every single jersey ever. I love jerseys. I love them. I love GAA jerseys. Okay, look, we're gonna be looking at the very kind of last jersey that I want to look at. Like they have plenty of training tops. You know, I don't really want to be looking at freaking training tops. Okay, the last jersey, and I think this is probably my favorite one because this like screams freaking Ireland, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is the first jersey they ever had. I'm just gonna call it hole in the wall Amsterdam jersey. I watched an interview on YouTube, very random interview. I watched this video from 12 years ago called Interview with Local GAA Team in Amsterdam. He is wearing the hole in the wall jersey and it looks very good. It looks very good. So this is back in 2012, so this is a freaking old jersey considering the club was founded in 2003, 2004. So Irish and so vintage. Wow, it's just so good. It's just so good. The one thing I would have loved to have seen this pattern with would have been the really old style jerseys from like the early 2000s. Like the baggy ones. I'd love to see this as a baggy jersey. I think it would have worked so well. I think when I really think back to Amsterdam jerseys, this would have been the first one I would have ever heard of. Hole in the wall lights playing. The hole in the wall lights playing. The font, again, I know it's Irish, whatever. But that font is exactly the same as the Amsterdam GAC font in the back. And it also has hole in the wall on the sleeves, which is really something we don't see a lot. Usually we see a different sponsor on the sleeves to the main one on the front. But yeah, they have hole in the wall everywhere, and they have the little hole in the wall crest too. Yeah, it's classic Irish kind of to the core. The font fits beautifully, it matches with the O'Neills, matches with the GAA, and it matches with the Amsterdam at the back. Don't like the way it's still 62 freaking euro, man. All right, like it's an old jersey. Okay, come on now. I think these are the main jerseys I kind of want to look at. Don't really have much more to say about Amsterdam club. Will I do this for every single European jersey? Look, we'll take a stab at it. All right, we'll try it. Very easy to find Amsterdam GAA jerseys. It's not easy to find like really small clubs, but like we can try it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, look, that's about it. I'm gonna leave it here. Really hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. Goodbye.